Good morning, class. We're going to be continuing our study of the research process today by learning how to create an annotated bibliography. So the first thing I want to discuss is just what is an annotated bibliography. It is a list of citations to books, articles, and documents where each citation is followed by a brief summary, evaluation, and reflection. So basically, an annotated bibliography is your normal APA citation followed by notes on the source. So really quickly, I want us to go back and review how you find a book or an article by searching on the UF's library catalog. And so we're going to be searching for Bird by Anne Lamott. So once you find your source, it's very easy to get the citation. So once you click on the source, you go to Cite This and click here. And a new page should pop up, a new window. And then all you have to do is copy and paste the APA citation. So it's really easy to get the right format for your reference list. After that, let's go back and I want to tell you, actually, I want to stay out here and I want to discuss with you the format of an APA annotated bibliography. Okay, so if we look at this annotated bibliography a little closer, we see that the APA citation is correct. But if I zoom in, you'll see that in this first paragraph, there is a summary of this resource. So this resource has honest advice on the nature of writing life. It's complete with its insecurities and its failures. So we know this book is about writing and the challenges in writing. We also know that the author takes a humorous approach, and it includes writing exercises that are designed to be both productive and fun. So we see that in an annotated bibliography, the first paragraph is usually a summary or a description of the resource. If we go down to the second paragraph, we see that there is an evaluation of this resource. And here, the person goes into saying that the main project of this book is to give a reality check regarding writing, publishing, and the struggles. So we see that the author kind of goes deeper than just discussing writing, but to really give the reader a reality check. And then we see that in this evaluation, because evaluation is about making judgment, this person says that they think that it's an honest evaluation, or that the resource is pretty honest, and it's also encouraging. So even though there are struggles, it's still encouraging to writers. Finally, in the last paragraph, we see that this person discusses how the book Bird by Bird could be used in a class, a writing class. So it's saying that it could easily be included in a writing class, and it talks about the appropriateness of this book for giving teachers classroom writing ideas. So, and the ideas are probably enjoyable. This person says that they're enjoyable. So we see that down in the last paragraph of the annotation, you will reflect about the usefulness. How can this book or resource be used? So now I want to go back and tell you a little bit more about what you'll be doing. Sorry. And so the first part of your annotation will be to summarize whatever resources you use in your research paper. You're going to give me the main arguments that are presented in the book or article. You're also going to ask yourself, well, what is the main point of this book or article? And finally, you're going to discuss the topics that are covered in the books or the articles that you use in your paper. So think of your summary as kind of like a checklist, just giving me a basic description of the source. The next part of your annotated bibliography is to evaluate the source. You're going to ask yourself, what are the strengths of this source? What did the author do particularly well? You can give the author praise when you evaluate. And you can discuss whether or not the resource was focused and organized. You can also discuss the presentation of ideas. What did the author present the information in an understandable way? Was it easy to understand the ideas? So when you evaluate a book or an article or a resource, you're basically making a value judgment. You're telling me how you judge the work and is it valuable. And finally, in your annotation, you will reflect. So you're going to ask yourself some questions about how the resource will fit into your research. And so in the last paragraph, you're going to say, well, I think this book or article will fit in with my research, or I think it's appropriate for my research, and give me the reasons why. You're also going to discuss whether or not the source was useful or helpful to you. And finally, you can also consider, did this source change the way you thought about your topic? So reflection is just getting the wheels turning about whether or not the source will actually fit in with your research. And finally, your assignment is to create an annotated bibliography, and you have a choice between two formats. The first is you can create a typewritten annotated bibliography like the one that we looked at a little bit earlier. And I want you to follow the APA format for this, where it's block style and that it's kind of reverse indented, where the author's last name is the only part of the citation that is kind of hanging out here to the left. You can also create a visual annotated bibliography, kind of like this Prezi. So you can start with one of your sources, and out here you can have a little part about your summary. You can have a circle or a path about your evaluation, and then you can also have a summary or a path about your reflection. So you can create a visual annotated bibliography. Finally, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to call me or email me with any questions that you might have. I hope that this was a helpful presentation, and I'm looking forward to seeing your annotated bibliographies.